It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
All right. Sports fans, what it do once again? It's your man BSJ from the Shop Report, and I want to welcome you all to another installment of Ask the GM. My main man, RC Stafford. RC, what it do? Yeah, the last time we did this, man, we was already one step ahead of everybody on the scene, on the NBA trade scene talk, whatever you want to call it. And doggone it, once it aired, the first one actually aired maybe about an hour or two ago, about 8 o'clock or whatnot. And then folks I've seen some people out there talking about, oh, they talking about it after the fact. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. So that's why we're doing this one live. That's right, LIVE, live today. All right, man, we're not going to hem. We're not going to haul. We're going to jump right into it because since last week, more action than took place. I can't say it enough, man. Listen, the NBA right now and talk surrounding it. Is baseball even on? I mean, ain't nobody talking about baseball right now. You know what I'm saying? It's all the NBA talk. So let's jump right into it. KD wants out of Brooklyn. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah. You know, I think it took a lot of people by surprise, including myself. The timing, you know, but it's a lot of stuff going on in that Brooklyn behind the scenes, man. You know, he say, she say stuff going on. I think it is like it's crazy going on, and I think like pressure, Golden State winning another one without KD, then you
got to him a little bit.
Yeah, and then of course you know the people, you know, coming out there saying what he's saying, and you know I think it's crazy going on right now.
Where you think Kyrie go? Because from my understanding, he asked for a trade too.
Yeah, he asked, like, as soon as KD asked for a trade, he let the Nets know he wanted out as well. You know, the only team that's like that they're talking about is the Lakers. But how is he going to get there? That's the point. Like that's the problem. Do they want Westbrook? Which I don't think they do. Like, what can they give up? You know what I mean?
You talking about the Lakers?
Yeah, what can the Lakers give up to get Kyrie there?
Yeah, what and the Lakers have in order to make that move possible?
Yeah, and then I don't think the Nets are willing to. I think they're willing to work with KD, but they still also would like something in return. I don't think it's that same thing with Kyrie. I think whatever they think is a great package for them, it don't matter where Kyrie wants to go. They trying to get rid of him. I think they only tolerated him because of Kevin Durant. Now they're both gone. Like, you know, it's like a circus over there right now.
Yeah, and the Nets, but the Nets gonna make sure that for them two guys, if you're out of here, what we getting back is gonna be a whole grocery store worth of stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? They're gonna get a whole giant eagle and Myers. You know what I'm trying to say? And a giant tiger. Ain't no way in the world y'all gonna get out of here, and we only gonna get some flip flops. Absolutely not. It ain't going down like that, baby. Would you think the Nets maybe thinking that they're gonna, you know, bring in a nice haul? They kind of looking at what went on with Dallas and Gobert and all of that.
Oh, most definitely. They seen what Utah got out of Minnesota. They're definitely gonna want that out of KD. You know, a lot of teams are stacking up on all these first round picks because they want that kid Victor Wembanyama from France that's projected to be number 1 next June's draft. Okay. So a lot of these teams, that's why San Antonio got those first round picks for DeJounte, sending them to Atlanta. You know,
yeah, we're going to talk about that next too. Go ahead, keep going.
Same with Brooklyn. They like if Gobert is getting those players plus 4 first round picks, they're gonna want some. He's not Kevin Durant type player.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. So if they got all of that for Gobert, they're gonna get that plus 100,000 more for KD.
Yeah, facts.
and Kyrie, so to speak.
Facts.
Okay, got you. And speaking of Dallas and Gobert, man, he don't seem to fit in
No,
Minnesota.
Gobert went to Minnesota.
That's what I'm right. Oh, my bad. I said Dallas. My bad. Yeah, Gobert went to Minnesota. He don't seem to fit with Minnesota. He don't seem to fit with the T-Wolves. They're gonna be slow.
Yeah, I don't understand that move, but if from their standpoint, they might, Cat is not like he's talented. Like he's very talented. He's
But
7
more
foot.
so a power forward, you think?
I mean, he he spends a lot more time than my liking on the perimeter. So I guess they're thinking, okay, to get the best of both worlds, put that 7 foot rim protector down low. But like to your point, they play a team against like this new Clippers team or the Warriors team. They go to them depth lineups. That's going to be
They're gonna run them out the gym.
like I don't
Yeah.
even think even currently constructed with him going to Minnesota. I don't think he can be a finisher in the closing minutes. I don't think you can have Gobert in your closing five out there just because of that situation.
So from an offensive standpoint, you think many or the T-Wolves, you think they could do nice in the playoffs, but from a defensive standpoint, you think it may befail them, or that may be the Achilles heel.
I wouldn't say necessarily failed them. Like on the offensive standpoint, here's one thing I like. Anthony Edwards is back at his natural position as the shooting guard. Now
Gotcha.
he was trying to play in the small forward. I mean, it's positionless basketball right now, but
Yeah.
having that backcourt of like a D'Angelo Russell and a Patrick Beverly, and he was the small forward. Now is the backcourt is D'Lo and the Ant Man. And then Rudy is a great defender, but would you say he's the only defender in that lineup now? Like a lot is
You don't
going to
think
be asked
you
to
don't
him.
think Edwards is? You don't think Edwards is a good defender?
I mean, I think he could get there. He definitely has the body and the skill set to become a pretty good defender. That's a strong young kid.
Mhm.
But to the point, like they get to that in the playoffs. They always in playoff basketball, the games slow down. And like I said, towards the end, you got these teams that can play that small ball, like the Clippers per se. They can go put Nicholas Batum at the small ball five. Yeah, you got
Mm.
you got the Morris twin out there. You got Kawhi PG. That would bring both of them 7-footers out. So that's
Oh.
gonna be interesting. Or like one of my buddies was saying that he can see a Tim Duncan, David Robinson type thing going on, but I ain't going that far.
No, I'm not either. Tell your buddy I said he need to come on this program, man, so we can have a talk with him. Oh my gosh.
I don't think he's
But
ready for that.
yeah, but I get the sentiment though. Right quick, you got on Oak Hill jersey. Whose jersey you got on?
Oh, Melo,
Oh, okay, all right. That's all. I was just double checking to make sure. Shout out, yeah. Shout out to Melo. Let's slide over to the Atlanta Hawks.
I think that caught a lot of people by surprise too.
Yeah, I do too. But what was it? 2 years ago they were in Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, 2 seasons ago. Like just last season, not this past season, but last season actually.
Okay. And then the following season, they get knocked out in the first round.
Definitely.
Okay. And in comes DeJounte Murray.
Yes.
Does that put them back in the Eastern Conference? Does that catapult them back into the Eastern Conference?
I'm not going that far because you still the Celtics. You got the Celtics there. Chris Middleton is coming back. He's healthy. I like the addition of Joe Ingles going to Milwaukee. We don't know what Miami's going to do. The Godfather, Pat Riley, he's always hurt.
He always got some up his sleeve.
KD, that's one of KD's preferred destinations. You got Donovan Mitchell still out there. You don't know what's going on with that situation. But bringing in DeJounte Murray helps what just happened this past playoff. You're not going to be able to just key in on Trey. DeJounte's coming off a career season. He averaged 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. He's a heck of a defender. If anybody was a fan of Nate McMillan in his playing days, his calling card was defense. And DeJounte Murray brings that to the team of the Atlanta Hawks.
So what you what
Also, they also brought in the Holiday brothers and Mo Harkless earlier too. So I like those moves. Those some defenders and shooters as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, you talking about Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay, see, I didn't even know that. Good stuff. That's real good looking out, bro. DeJounte Murray would be he would play what? I know we said just a second ago that his
He's a
position was
combo guard. I believe the ball is going to stay in Trey's hands, but like
okay.
6'5", he got
Okay.
like 7'1" wingspan. Like he
Okay.
brings. It's going to be pretty good. I can tell you, a lot of teams are not going to be able to just key in on Trey. Trey can play off the ball a little bit now more because you
Uh,
got the extra
oh,
handler, and I think that was something that was missing from the Hawks this year. An extra ball handler. They still got John Collins too, so
okay.
that's sneaky too. I want to know how they was able to bring it
Yeah.
without even giving up John Collins. So that was
And-
pretty
yeah. You think Murray could play some small forward too?
defensive wise. Yeah, like I said, his wingspan is amazing, man. He's the youngest member that make an All NBA defensive team for a reason. And then it's
Got
position
you.
basketball, but it's certain instincts. I wouldn't like even Melo at this age. I wouldn't trust no Dejounte Murray checking him in the post. Like he's still
Mhm.
5. He's still slender built, wirely strong too. But it's certain in certain situations you might can get away with it, but not all the time.
Got you. Bobby Portis, is he another weapon for the Warriors? Or is this really not that big a deal?
He resigned with Milwaukee.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he at the
Uh,
last minute he resigned with Milwaukee.
okay. See, I'm glad you here, man. Because the last thing I read, he was going to the Warriors.
I seen that too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So he re-signed with Milwaukee, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Good for them then. Yeah, they need that because off the bench, well, he played some starters minutes last year, didn't he?
Yeah, he started for most of the season. Brooke Lopez was coming off that back injury, that back
Right.
surgery. So
Yeah. Yeah. He played exceptionally well for them.
yeah, facts.
What do you make of Zion? I don't know if he got the deal or not, but
You know
allegedly or purportedly or reportedly,
they were
5 years, 231 million.
they were prepared to give it, but then I seen they were trying to get into the KD sweepstakes too.
The
So
Pelicans.
yeah, but that was earlier, like way earlier, like this morning. So I don't know if he would get there because like it seems like the Nets are playing hardball with this because they seen the haul that Utah got for Gobert. They definitely want more than that. And this we talk about Kevin Durant here. So
Yeah.
like with Zion, I'm a big fan of Zion. He just has to be healthy. Just last year
Hmm.
made the All-Star game. He averaged over 27 points. If
Right.
his team this past season healthy, they would have possibly eliminated Phoenix in the first round. So
Whoa, you think so?
like, oh yes, yeah, Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum got that team. And shout out to Willie Green, man. Willie Green is a heck of a young coach, man.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
they push them to the limit. If you put Zion there, yes, I no doubt about it. I think New Orleans would have got past them 7 games, in my opinion.
Mm. Yeah, you know what though? It seemed like to me with the Pelicans, the addition of CJ freed up. What'd you just say? I just forgot his name. See, that's what I'm talking about the
Brandon,
mind slipping. Brandon Ingram. Doggone it. It's freed up Ingram to like put him in his natural role too. Freed him up to be more of a scorer or whatever. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It
yeah,
seemed like
most definitely.
yeah, it allowed him to do his 1-2, man, because he played much better than he was. Then what's this, his third year in the league? Fourth year?
Fourth, fifth year, something like that.
Yeah. So, that's that whole development thing. A lot of these guys that come out early from college, it take them about 3 years now in the NBA, you know what I mean, to really understand what
But
the
he
NBA game is at that level.
already made an All-Star team too. So
Yeah, right. But he looked like a totally different player once
yeah,
CJ got there, man.
he definitely took it to a whole nother level. That's why I think the Pelicans are a team to watch in the West. Like I think not as constructed right now, KD still not on this new team yet. Kyrie still not on this new team yet. But as constructed, I see the Pelicans being a top 4 seed in the West if Zion is healthy. They're that good. They're that good.
Hold that thought, because we're going to talk a little bit more about these Pelicans and then some more stuff on this NBA trade side. We're getting ready to take a 30-second commercial break. I don't touch that remote. I'll see y'all. Put it back down.
It's Kay Cunningham, you watching the Shop Report.
It's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Touch that dial.
Braxton Key, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you, the technical difficulties on my end. I'm telling you, they deserve one of these. Anywho, if I cut it short on y'all, the viewer side out there, my bad. I got some technical difficulties. I need to work. Probably need a new transmission on this doggone computer. But anyway, back to the Pelicans. You think with Zion, Ingram, CJ, that they would have got past, who'd you say?
The Phoenix Suns.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, the Suns last year.
Yes.
At the 5 spot, even though it's positionless basketball nowadays, do they need to make a move?
You know, I really think they just need Zion. So, like, Jonas Valanciunas played pretty good, man. He's a big body. I think he's the perfect center combination for Zion to be a power forward.
Okay, got you. You think he done worked on his weight situation?
Who, with Zion?
Yeah, Zion.
Oh, yeah, he slimmed all the way down. Yeah, like, he's back working out. Like, he's clear for all basketball activities. He's back looking nice, man.
Okay. All right. So right now, you said you throwing it out there right now. The Pelicans are a team to watch in the West this upcoming season.
I'm not saying they're coming out the West, but I'm penciling them as a top 4 seed. They could be a 4th seed to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo. Rick, you know, there's some folks on the program, boy. When we get on here Sunday, they're going to have a lot to say. Because I know Double J, Brother Richard, all them, they watching this right now. I know they're going to have a lot to say about that. I think we're doing Hoop Central. I'm not sure. I got the script over here to my left, to my right, somewhere amongst all this junk I got on the floor. But anyway, Bradley Beal, what's the deal?
Black man, get your money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, that's a lot of money to to walk away from. But, you know, I understand his loyalty, you know, same like with Dame. But, you know, what you want to do? You want your money or you want to compete? That's the whole thing with, like, the Bradley Beal situation. I know he's been saying he wants to win, but he's been specifically saying he wants to win in Washington. But, I mean, you got Porzingis there. He's about to have a full season with Porzingis, I guess. But, I mean, I don't really see what's going on in there besides, like, taking his money.
Yeah, so Washington, you don't think they're a contender, pretender? They're not, either one at all, huh?
No.
Do they even have, if they give him that, will they even have enough money to buy shoes? You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing. They can't do nothing, huh?
I mean, they get, like I said, they got Porzingis there. This will be a first full year with both of those guys. But
I see you reaching for straws right now. You just don't. You can't find nothing. Yeah.
I don't see nobody signing there to Washington. I don't really see what's going on. Maybe they could sneak in as a play-in team. I don't know.
But as it stands right now, all they got is Bradley Beal for the most part.
I think it's
All right. What about Brogdon to the Celtics? Is that a big deal?
A great move. That is a great move.
But wait a minute. Aren't, if I'm saying that right, he and Jason Tatum sort of like the same player?
No. Brogdon's a point guard.
Brogdon's a point guard. Okay. All right. Okay. But he has 2 guard ability. Well, Tatum is what, small forward?
Yeah, small forward.
Small forward. Okay, got you.
Small forward. And they do the same thing with Brown. Like he could play small forward, he could play the power forward too, like in certain lineups, this little position is basketball stuff. But Brogdon there is a great, like the Celtics are right back. They're right back.
Really?
Like they're like Brogdon to me is Marcus Smart with better offense.
Oh, wow. Okay, got you.
He can shoot and he can defend. And he's unselfish. He's very unselfish. And he's gonna fit right in with Udoka's group.
But let me throw this out here at you. Just hypothetically. Picture this scenario.
Okay.
The Celtics with Brogdon running to the Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs. As it stands right now with the Celtics front line versus the Hawks front line, who you got winning that series?
Oh, the Celtics killing them. The Celtics is killing them.
Even that's what I'm saying. With Capella?
Yeah, they're killing. Like he got to deal with Robert Williams, man. Robert Williams is a bad boy.
Okay. All right. All right.
Still got Horford, and they added Gallinari too. Boston actually, they got Gallinari too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Boston has they right back there. Like
wow, because that's all they really was missing.
Yeah,
Boston was a true point guard, a facilitator. That's what Brogdon is.
And with that defense, he's right. That's right up his alley. He's a great defender.
So what you do with Marcus Smart now? You bring him off the bench?
I actually seen the article. I don't know if it's true, but they say the Celtics view Brogdon as a sixth man. That's what I read. I don't know if coming from training camp would that still be the case, but that's what it said. Like they view Brogdon as the sixth man, so they might still be running with Marcus at the point. So we don't know. In my opinion, I would start Brogdon. That's just
that's what I'm saying. Why make a move like that if you're gonna still start Marcus Smart?
Right.
Because if Brogdon's the sixth man, who he on the floor with? Tatum?
Probably Derek White. Who else on that Celtics bench? They got Gallinari now. That's a sneaky good move. He's a good stretch forward.
Yeah. But
we gonna see.
But wouldn't you want Brogdon?
What's the one guy from Tennessee? He went to Tennessee. The shooter. He's a forward as well. I forgot his name.
I can't think. You talking about for the Celtics?
Yeah.
I can't think off the top of my head. You asking me, man? This the same. Yeah, come on now. This is the same guy who mind be slipping like the transmission on a 68 Buick that's been sitting in the garage too long. I keep telling y'all. Come on now, don't play me, man. What you just wanted to hear me say that. We was dead wrong for that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, don't you want Brogdon on the floor at the same? Don't you want him on the floor with Tatum and Brown?
In my opinion, I would. That's just me. I think Brogdon's that type of player. He's been a starter ever since he's gotten to the league. Won Rookie of the Year when he was with the Bucks. He started in Indiana as well. But with him, he has to stay healthy. He's kind of been a little bit injury prone the last few years too. So hopefully he's healthy.
Well, you know what? That might be why they talking about six man. Yeah. Well, a large portion or a large reason why. But if you think about it, with the names you just spit out there, Gallinari, White, and Brogdon as your second unit, so to speak, because you got to the finals with Marcus Smart. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, and you say they would be right back. That's more punch for your bench.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Your bench can either get you. Some benches, if you ask me, some benches. Well, a bench is supposed to at least be able to maintain a lead. You get what I mean, or keep it close. Right? But hypothetically, if Brogdon running with that second unit, they might be able to get you a lead and increase your lead. You get what I'm trying to say?
That too. He's a pretty good facilitator as well. He's a smart IQ point guard.
Yeah, but I think I would like to see him with that first unit. But then I could see him with the second unit too. So, but at the end of the day, I think Boston, they one of them teams, man. They just reloaded is what they did.
They definitely did that for sure.
Yeah, they reloaded. What'd you think about the Otto Porter move?
that's gonna hurt Golden State. But you know, that payroll is bananas, and they still have to pay Wiggins and Poole. They didn't even those deals that haven't even came out yet. You know, they lost a lot of key pieces. You know, I believe Gary GP2 went to the Blazers. You know, Otto went to the Raptors. Juan Toscano Anderson, he signed with the Lakers. Bellalicia, I think he went back overseas. You know, I guess those guys, you know, their market was up. You know what I mean? You know, they're coming off a championship team. They were a big reason why that they won. You know, they was big help for Steph, Clay, and Draymond and Wiggins and those guys. You know, so of course, especially somebody like GP2, man. You know, was going to be was asking to be a cameraman because he wasn't getting on the roster to a team like Portland offering him 28 million. You can't get mad at that. I mean, you know, in Otto Porter's situation, he's going to a decent team. You know, the Raptors made the playoffs, so he's going to a decent team. But you know, that's some shooting that they needed.
Let me ask you this too.
Okay.
With Porter and Toscano out, don't that bring what's them other two guys that really didn't get no playing time for Golden State? Kuminga
and Moses Moody.
Yeah, right. Don't you think that they put them in the mix?
They're going to be those. They have a trio of 3 young kids. These 2 rookies that's about to come to their second year, and Wiseman. That's the big if mystery man right there. Like adding a healthy James Wiseman back to your starting lineup.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's
and then
nice.
Moses Moody. I'm a big fan of Kuminga and Moses Moody. I think they're going to be some good players in their future.
Yeah, it's time for them to get this some. It's time for them to get some shine.
Facts.
Yeah, it's time for them to get some shine. Is Jordan Poole maybe not now? Obviously, who knows how much longer Steph got to play in the league? But do you think he'll be ready when it's time to take over that role for Steph?
He possibly can. You know, being under those vets, man. You know, he's got a taste of winning. Just won his first ring. You know, and he's under that. You know, he's had a career year this year, man. You know, and I don't think anybody seen that coming. Maybe
right. Yeah, I sure didn't.
Like, you know, he was just in the G League a few years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still young, and you know, just a couple more years, like, and he's been in battles. You know, it wasn't no easy cakewalk to get to the championship for Golden State. You know, so he's gonna. I think with time, I think I can see him. You know, stepping into that role.
But you know how it is sometimes, man. It's one thing to go from being the guy that's complimentary,
right,
quote unquote, as opposed to being the guy who's the main attraction.
Facts, yeah, big facts.
You know what I mean? You know, that's a big deal. You know, we you know, like a Robert Horry. I'm not saying he is. Now I'm just using that as an example. We don't need you to be Shaq and Kobe, not right now, so to speak. We just need you to come in and just be, you know, bing bang. But now it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to be Shaq or Kobe. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna have to be that main guy. And can you be that? That's my question surrounding him. I do like him. I do like him as a player. You know what I mean? I just wonder if when it's his time, will he be ready? Will he be the same player once he's the guy who, you know, on the mic?
That's definitely a different animal. Like, I agree with you. Like, he's gonna have to continue to learn under Steph, you know, and under Steve Kerr, you know, and continue to work on his craft.
All right. The $1 million question. Does Dame, or you might know, because at the time I read this, he hadn't done it yet. Does or did Dame accept the 2-year, $100 million extension to stay in Portland?
You know, I've seen it pop up, but I don't know if he actually did it yet. But I think he's going. If he hasn't yet, I think he's going to. You know, if Dame was going to leave right away, he would have been left already. You know, I know you've seen
it already.
He put him and KD in the Raptors. I mean, in the Blazers uniform together. You know, I think he's going to stay. I would, me being a fan of Dame, I would like him to ask out of Portland, you know, like chance to compete at a title at a high level. But you know, he's loyal. So
Hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. You know, I ain't mad at it at all. What you think about Colin Sexton, man? What the Cavs gonna do?
I'm hearing a lot of teams are looking at him. You know, I heard the Mavericks most recently was looking to get him. You know, I think they trying to, since they lost Brunson to the Knicks, I think he's there. Mark Cuban's trying to get another ball handler back in the starting lineup with Luka. You know, so but I'm hearing a lot of things. You know, I don't know what's going on with that end because a lot of teams are asking for him. But I like what the Cavs are doing. The front office like are really trying to not get hoodwinked. You know what I mean?
That was what I was gonna ask you next. What about give me the rundown on the Cavs front office, the moves that they're making right now? Not a grade,
You know,
but just do they make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm very happy to have Rubio back. You know, he was a very great for us early on last year before the injury. And it's basically like we got him for free. We got Levert for free because it was kind of like a reverse deal.
Yeah.
Like so we get Rubio back. I like the draft pick that we get. I think he's gonna be a solid 3-and-D contributor. You know, it's all about health. You know, I don't like without the COVID, I think we don't even be in the playing situation. I think we actually would have hosted a playoff series last year. You know, it's unfortunate a lot of teams got hindered by COVID-19. I'm very interested in the growth of Evan Mobley. Like in my opinion, I see a lot of young Kevin Garnett in him, man, on both ends. I would like him to get with KG in the summer. You know, I actually wrote KG on Twitter. I don't know if he gonna look at it. And I'm like, man, I think you need to work with young Buck, man. I see a lot of him in you on the defensive end and the offensive end. You know, they drafted his older brother Isaiah. I'm a fan of his.
Okay.
They
who drafted him? The Cavs?
Yeah, the Cavs.
Oh, did they?
They signed Robin Lopez too. I think that's a nice veteran to have in the locker room, like Robin Lopez.
Okay.
So it's interesting.
So the Cavs making moves, huh? They got a little taste of that playoff action last year. They said, "Oh yeah, we want some more of this."
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where you just give me a thought? Where you see the Cavs at next year, come playoff time?
Man, those kids, man, like Garland showed me something, and like Jared Allen back. You know, I think they'll probably be in the same situation without dropping from the injuries. You know what I mean? They got to stay healthy. Like I said, I could see them as maybe a top 5, top 6 seed.
Yeah, the Cavs got a two-headed monster on that front court.
Oh yes,
both of them guys. I mean, I can't think of a team. I mean, it's 30 teams in the league. I can't think of a team right now in the NBA that's got that kind of front court. Now they don't have the experience that some of the other front court players got, like a, you know. But I'm talking about a two-headed monster.
Yeah,
like that.
But
because Allen scoring last year to me before he got hurt.
Yeah,
he went a little bit more than just being a put-back dunker, you know, or a lob type guy. You know what I mean? It's like he actually became really a part of the offensive flow.
Yes, I agree,
man. And Mobley, man, come on, man. I mean,
if he can to get better, the sky's the limit for that kid, man. You know, I actually see multiple defensive player of the year opportunities for him in his career in the future. Like, man, I really see a lot of young KG in him, like on both ends. You know, it's for him to be that young, to have a skill set to block. Like, you know, James, it's one thing to block a shot out of bounds, but where you can block a shot
and maintain the possession.
Yes, that's a skill set, man. You know, to his man body.
It's a lost art, is what it is, and a skill set. It's a lost art.
Yes, you know like I said, the sky's the limit for him, man. I think that combination, I still would like a legitimate, like a dog at the small forward position. I'm not like
that's what the Cavs missing too. Yeah.
Yes, like even with I think Laurie did a pretty good job, but you know, just like, can you imagine if a Brandon Ingram was there? Like, I was really pulling for them to trade for him all last season. Like,
I wanted him too.
Ingram was there, that would be insane.
I mean, I wish Melo would go ahead and slide on through here, man.
That'd be a nice veteran move, like to have, to teach them, like show them the way,
And I just saw something a little earlier. It was some folks, I don't know if it was official, but it was some folks talking about they wish Melo would come on back. Say the door is still open for him up there in New York.
I seen that too, but in that, the ties is there. GM Leon Rose was his former agent, and they've been trying to get him there. But I think Melo's still trying to go for that shit, man. He's really trying to go for that shit. I think going back to New York, I can see him doing that during his last season, like his farewell tour. I can see him going back to New York in that instance. Or if New York would have made a big splash, let's say if they were able to trade in a package to get Kyrie and KD, I could see him signing there too, like that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't see him right now. Like maybe if they make a big, huge splash, or if it's his last year, he'll go there. But I don't see him going there right now. I think he's still trying to compete for a title.
And speaking of the Knicks, and the last one before we go and let you get out of here and get you some rest. I know you don't work 42 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? I know I work where you work. I know how they do. Man, what's this deal with Julius Randle, man?
I don't know what they're doing. Like it's the Knicks, and I can tell you I'm a fan. Like
okay, got you.
We're starving. I don't know what's going on that front. Even going into the draft, man, I wanted them to make a splash, man. You can't make the playoffs, then miss the playoffs. You have an opportunity to try to get a point guard like Jaden Ivey that ended up going to the Pistons. They didn't make that move. They signed Jalen Brown.
You say make the playoffs, then miss the playoffs, and then after that, what you're doing don't make sense.
Yeah, it's like a bit of incompetence in that front office, and it's been for a while. Signing Leon, getting
that's James Dolan. Yeah, that's James Dolan. That's James Dolan. He needed to sell the team, man. His ownership is handcuffing the team, to tell you the truth, or at least from where I'm
seeing.
It
is, it's just some. You could go back the last few years with them, man. Look at the mistakes they make in the draft. They take Ntilikina over Donovan Mitchell. They take Kevin Knox over Alexander. Like I don't know what some of these scouts are doing because when Frank Ntilikina name was popping up on the radar, I personally was looking at footage of him and I was like, they cannot possibly take this kid as the 8th pick. This supposed to be the draft you get in your franchise point guard. And they struck out on that, so it's the Knicks. I'm not surprised. It's the Knicks.
Yeah, we're gonna. Excuse me, I got little gnats or whatever flying around my face. Yeah, we're gonna stay on this thing, man, because I think this is gonna just get a little bit more and more interesting. Because that KD thing, man, wherever he go, you can't really say much more until we find out where he going and Kyrie going, really. You know what I mean? And then I think the floodgates going. I think the floodgates going really open. It's gonna be like the Hoover Dam. Well, y'all, that's it. That's all. Don't forget to check out the podcast at 9 on the PM side right here on the yard with your man Barbershop J, Double J, Brother Rich, TJ, and my man DOC Doc. And of course, you all were listening to Ask the GM with my main man RC Stafford. Man, I'm glad we're doing this, man. You know what I mean? I'm glad to have you a part of the team, bro. And until next time, y'all know what the deal is. When y'all want to really know what's going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.